Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I'm very excited about this video today. Today I'm doing a video with a dear friend of mine and a fellow YouTuber. Her name is Jeanette. Her channel's fairly new. It's called Your Life, Your Way. Jeanette is a psychotherapist and trauma specialist, which is wonderful, especially with the topic we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how to stop worrying. I'm very anxious to watch Jeanette's video because I know she's going to have a lot of wonderful tips that I feel we can all use. Honest, I've been worrying way more than I have before because of all the uncertainty going on in our world right now. I try to avoid worrying, and sometimes I like to pretend that it's not going on, but sometimes I do have worries and concerns. The first thing that I like to do is just realize that it's okay and that many folks are feeling that way. That way, I know that I'm not alone, because feeling alone is the worst if you feel you're the only one having those feelings. When you feel other people are going through it too, it makes it a lot better. I'm going to talk to you guys about some of my tips, but before I got started with the tips, I wanted to be honest with you guys and tell you that this is something that I do struggle with. But these tips do help me. The first one is to start my morning with quiet time. I told you guys that's been my goal. Sometimes I'm really good about it, but I will tell you this. The mornings that I have my quiet time, I do some Bible reading, and I also have some prayer time. Maybe I also read a magazine. Just spend some time with quiet. I am so much more centered, so much more focused, and I start my day more relaxed. If I don't do that, I tend to get up, move really quickly, and then I feel frantic. And then sometimes that franticness can turn into worry later on throughout the day. So if I start my day off good, that helps prevent some of the worry. Number two, I ask myself, what am I worried about? Many times there's so many things that we worry about, and I've heard this, and a lot of the things that I've worried about, I honestly can say that most of them have never happened. And that is really the case. Some things we can control, some things we can't. Case in point, last Sunday, our internet, telephone, and TV went out. And it was out basically for several hours, from like 8 p.m. to the middle of the night. I called it. It was an outage everywhere, so it wasn't something that was specific to me. But guess what? There was not one thing I could do about it. There was no way that I could control that situation. All that I could do is, if it was out Monday morning, I could alert the client and let them know, apologize, and say as soon as it's back up and going, I will get back onto the work that I have and get back on it. But there was actually nothing I could do. So what I did is I went and relaxed and watched a movie. So sometimes we can control something, sometimes we can't. And so a lot of times the things we worry about are out of our control, and some things we can. So if you can do something about it, take small actionable steps. But if you can't, then we need to just table that and set that aside. Number three, and this is some of my biggest advice that helps me. Pay attention to who you are spending time with and what they're talking about all the time. What you are watching. For example, things that make you, that you have triggers. I know I have triggers that get me rolling and get me upset. Also, what you're listening to. So what you're watching, what you're listening to, and who you're spending time with. That can really affect your worries. And I can tell you that I've made some major improvements on my life with that. And so that's probably some of my biggest advice. Number four, spend some time every day doing something you love. Whether it's watching a movie, doing a puzzle, playing Sudoku, doing a craft, cooking. It could be taking a walk, anything, gardening. Even if you don't have a lot of time, 15 minutes, spend some time every day doing something you love, because I really feel like when you're busy doing that, you can't keep your mind busy at the same time worrying. And number five, and this we've heard before, take time or day, be present in the moment and take life one day at a time. That's what I'm working on right now. I'm not saying I'm always successful at this, guys. I'm going to probably have to rewatch my video and Jeanette's video several times whenever I feel worried. But I know this, me worrying affects my health in so many ways. It affects me physically when I stress and I worry. I don't know about you. And it doesn't physically feel good to me. So I don't want to spend my time and worry and waste my time doing that. And I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, what some of the worst advice someone gave me about not worrying. Some of the worst advice ever was, Dawn, think about the worst thing that could happen. I'm sorry, but that really almost put me into orbit thinking about that. I know for some people that might be effective, but it was not a good tool for me. Let me know what you guys think on that. So, I'm done with my video. After you get done watching this, please put your tips below on how do you stop worrying and stop stressing out. Do you have any tips for the rest of us that we can all benefit from? And after you're done watching this, please watch my dear friend Jeanette, and I'm going to link her below at Your Life, Your Way. I know you will get a lot of value out of her video as well as many of her other videos. That's all for now. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.